the tail that wags.
Don't you wish there was some sort of machine that we could put in front of our dogs that would let us know what they're feeling and thinking? Yeah, there's no such machine, but until they make that machine, we're going to have to look to our dogs to see how they're communicating with us to find out what they're feeling and thinking. Do you know that dogs use their eyes, their body language, as well as their tails, and the way they sleep can tell you how they feel about their environment? I'm Auntie Nessa, and before we get started, why don't you hit that subscribe button right there in your lower right hand corner and hit the bell. That way you'll be up to date on all the videos that come in. So we're going to talk today on how you can bond with your dog and what your dog is saying to you and how to communicate to your dog. Okay, let's get into it. All dogs come from the gray wolf. Between 16,000 and 40,000 years ago, scientists determined that the gray wolf and humans competed for food until some of the tamer wolves came to primitive man around the fire. The wolves likely used the puppy dog eye look. Then humans tossed the wolves some scraps, and a quintessential friendship began. From that moment in time, dogs have been watching humans and adapting to their lifestyles. No animal understands us more than our dogs do, and as a result, the average dog understands approximately 165 words and has the comprehension and communication skills of a toddler. Now, I agree with some of the studies that say that dogs actually have the ability of a 5 to 7-year-old, but you know I'm biased. So what are our dogs saying to us, and how are they saying it? Earlier, I told you that wolves gave early humans that puppy dog look to get food. Dogs still give us that look, but it's much more intense. Over the centuries of domestication, dogs have distinctively changed their muscles in and around their eyes, perfecting those puppy dog eyes. And it goes even further than that. Dogs have developed their eyebrow muscles to trigger a nurturing response in humans. So when your dog gives you that sweet, soulful look, they're saying to you, "I love you," or "Please help me get what I need." But the magic begins when you reflect that loving look and stare into your dog's eyes. It's the equivalent of giving your dog the biggest and best hug ever. Dogs also use that look for direction and/or attention. Whale eye or crazy eye has several different meanings, all depending on the situation. A dog may be frightened or threatened or just excited and ready to play, or they might get a case of the zoomies. Body language is the primary way dogs communicate. Once you learn what each stance means, the better equipped you are to respond to your pup. These two pictures are of dogs who are frightened. You'll see the arrows showing the different aspects of their posture. They cower or lower their bodies and will tuck in their tails between their legs. A fearful dog may lick their lips, yawn, and may tremble. A dog may be frozen until they feel safe. These are examples of how dogs may lick their lips if they're anxious. But remember, dogs can lick their lips because they're hungry and ready to eat something, so you have to pay attention to the situation. Dogs can show aggression for various reasons. Never, and I mean never, let two dogs take this stance against each other. It's a fight waiting to happen. The dog on the left is warning the dog on the right. One growl or snap, and you'll see a vicious fight. This gal is showing fear aggression. She is scared, but she doesn't want anyone to know it. It can be very common in rescue pups because of attacks by people or other dogs. This is the last example of aggression. If a dog is showing that type of aggression to humans or dogs, get away from the dog because you may get bitten. Even if a pup is frightened, she will show that stance. Relaxed is much more pleasant. The mouth is slightly opened with the tongue hanging out. The body is loose. The head, eyes, and ears are soft. Quinn is showing a great example with his tail wagging softly side to side. Ah, fun and silly playful is the best. When your pooch is excited, wants to play, or you just came home, dogs will wiggle their bodies, jump up and down, or do happy barks and growls with the play bow and lots of smiles. Speaking of smiles, here are some great and goofy ones. Now notice that some dogs show their teeth when they smile, just like humans do. But by no means are these dogs showing any aggression in their smile. They just smile with their teeth. A dog's sleeping position can tell you a lot on how your dog feels in his or her environment. Puppies usually sleep in this position so they can jump and be ready to play. But older dogs take this kind of position for a nap, and they don't intend to have a deep sleep. Dogs who sleep on their sides are relaxed. They are comfy and trust their surroundings. This is where a dog will go from the Superman pose to their side for a deep sleep. Studies show that dogs in shelters sleep in this position most commonly. It keeps their warmth, and they are less vulnerable as their internal organs are not exposed to predators. These dogs are loving and anxious, and they may need to get used to their new home. The snuggle bug position is your dog snuggling with you or another dog, and it shows the love and enjoyment with being with the snuggly. It goes back to puppyhood and the comfort of being with their mommy. These dogs are affectionate and very loving. Dogs burrow under their blankets, pillows, or even clothes. It gives them comfort and security. These dogs are very affectionate, but they may be needy. When a dog lays belly up, they trust you and their environment. They also sleep this way to cool down. Dogs sweat through their paws, and their belly helps cool them down. So this may be one reason why they are laying this way. Back to back is a precious one. It shows the love, affection, trust, and intimacy of the dogs they live with, and that's why they want to sleep next to one another. Here are some pictures of some sweet, funny, and crazy positions on how some dogs sleep. Dogs can twitch, bark, and snore in their sleep, and if your dog is having a nightmare, gently pet your dog, call their name to gently wake them. The tail wag is an important means of communication. This chart shows you 9 different ways of how a dog communicates with their tail. Let's follow the arrows. High is alert, wagging left is concerned, wagging right is pleasant, out is neutral, moving fast is excited, moving slow, less enthusiastic, down is submissive, broad strokes is happier. Now short strokes is anxious or uptight. Here are a few more ways to understand your dog's behavior. Now Milo here is telling me that he wants me to go outside with him. Here Cruz has had enough of his dinner, but he doesn't want it to be thrown away. So he's pushing it, trying to find a way to save it for later. Humping is embarrassing and sometimes very annoying, but unless your dog is a puppy or not fixed, your dog is likely not humping for sexual reasons. Dogs hump for dominance, for excitement, to relieve stress, or if they're unsocialized, and dogs can hump other people as well as objects. Let's finish with ways to bond with your dog. There are many ways to show love to your pup, but we'll just go over a few. Massage is one of the best ways to get that connection with your dog. Massage benefits include helping your dog relax, reducing stress and anxiety. It improves circulation, flexibility, and digestion. It helps your pup's immune system. You can find irregularities early, like bumps, pains, and skin issues. It bonds you and your dog. You can communicate love and acceptance to your dog, and your dog associates you with comfort and pleasure. Playing with your dog is a wonderful and fun way to get that bond with him or her. There are lots of ways to bond with your dog, but here are a few. Walk your dog. Train your dog. Learn your dog's quirks, likes, and dislikes. Give random bouts of love and praise. Talk to your dog, and always remember that eye contact. Let your dog meet and play with other dogs as well as meeting other people, because a socialized dog will make life easier for the both of you. All dogs are individuals, and they may not fall in each category as expected. Your dogs may have friends to play with and go to daycare, but you are your dog's entire world. Try using some of these techniques and get closer to your dog. Your dog is talking. Now you know what he's saying and how to answer. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Oh, don't forget to hit subscribe.